The implementation and monitoring phase of the HPC is the phase that requires more information management support, namely on 5W matrices and activity dashboards, libraries of common messages, information provision systems, media and social media monitoring, rumor, misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech tracking, community feedback mechanisms, and community voices dashboards. Let's look at a few examples. In what pertains to 5Ws, I want to share the examples from South Sudan and Niger. In South Sudan, our colleagues developed a 5Ws dedicated to the Community Engagement Working Group, as well as its associated Power BI dashboard. In Niger, our colleagues incorporated AAP questions within the different clusters 5Ws, thus capturing how AAP is being mainstreamed across the response. Ideally, both approaches would be in place in every context. To illustrate the variety of AAP-related insights that can be visualized through dashboards, here are a few more examples, this time from Ethiopia, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Now, you might have noticed that community feedback mechanisms, also known as grievances, complaints, or redress mechanisms, popped up in different phases of the HPC. This happens with other tools, but CFMs are the most complex. Unfortunately, we won't have time to cover everything today, but we will plan a dedicated deep dive on CFMs for 2024. So I will just show a couple of examples of community feedback analysis and visualization, the last step of the feedback loop. The first two examples from Nigeria and Yemen are aggregations of feedback trends from several agency-level feedback mechanisms operating in those respective contexts. Nigeria on the left and Yemen on top. The third one is an example from Afghanistan, and this is a live dashboard of the Awaz collective CFM that is operating in Afghanistan. I'm not sure if Manon is sharing the links, but all the links are on the presentation, and the presentation will be shared afterwards.
Yes, Pedro, all the links are included in the chat.
Thank you so much, Manon. So the last tool I wanted to talk to you about in regards to the implementation and monitoring phase are the Community Voices dashboards. Community Voices dashboards, as the name indicates, also intend to disseminate the views of the communities, but the source of their data is usually perception surveys and not the voluntarily community feedback. So the source of the data is not the community feedback systems where people go voluntarily to provide feedback. It's rather people that are surveyed and asked questions about their opinions and views and perceptions. On the screen, you can see another example from Afghanistan on one of these Community Voices dashboards.